Stay perfect in La Liga, Gab, to go back to football with a 4-1 win, a home win, against Mallorca. Gab, it was Rodrigo who stepped up in the absence of Karim Benzema, although Eden Hazard starting in the forced number 9 role.
It's false because he's a false Eden Hazard. It's not.
You're harsh.
No, he had a terrible time. Look, you're playing, and again, you could have seen this coming, right? You're playing against a team that's going to go and play on the counter, pack the defense, especially after scoring first. Where's this poor guy going to find any space, right?
Yeah.
But then after he came on, Rodrigo obviously started out wide. Rodrigo stepped up. Rodrigo was phenomenal. The assist for Vinicius Junior and the goal, the dribbling run, the stopping, the starting.
The twist.
I still think you have an issue there, and I've said this so long about a lack of bodies at center forward. But I think you have to keep trying to keep Hazard involved because you're going to get really, really short if you can't get something.
But do you think Carlo knows that Rodrigo is a better option as a 9 than Eden Hazard will ever be?
In this version of Eden Hazard, absolutely. Barcelona roll over Cadiz 4-0. Jules, things only really get going once Lewandowski, Dembele, and Pedri get on the pitch.
Yeah, I think they took a long time to get going. We go back again to maybe, after post Champions League games and etc. Against a team that defended well and with numbers and really deep. I don't think it was easy. You can understand the rotation from Xavi, but once the bigger names and the biggest players came on, I like that the young scored. Of course, Lewandowski always there and some assists too. A game that obviously was interrupted for a long time because someone in the stands had a heart attack and was saved, which was great from Conan, the goalkeeper.
Those pictures of Conan Ledesma sprinting across the pitch with a defibrillator kit,
incredible,
tossing it into the stands.
Yeah, incredible. So well done. And we're glad.
And we should clarify that the fan is fine.
Yeah, the fan is fine now. So it's great. But for Barca, in the end, a really good win. But it took a bit of time to get going.
Atletico Madrid overcome Celta 4-1. Jules, were you impressed?
I don't think the score reflects the way the game went because I think Celta had some really good chances too. I thought Atletico were back to their best in terms of clinicality, how clinical they were and the way they took the chances. I mean, the Carrasco one is not even a chance. He does it all by himself. There were some good moments, but I still think that the game was tighter than the 4-1 win in the end. But well done to them because Barca and Real won as well. And again, it's not easy to do it after Champions League playing midweek, and especially the very physical, intense game they had against Porto. So it's a good win to get.
To be fair, he made 5 changes in this game. And then, of course, Griezmann, as we'll see, only plays this half hour. But
of course.
When Correa scored early, he scores early for Atletico Madrid. I think, okay, now we see Atletico Madrid. They defend, they counter, they manage the game, and they don't give up chances. No, but they gave up a ton of chances in the first half. They really could have. This game could have gone in another direction easily.
Gab, Antoine Griezmann, of course, came on after minute 60 as usual. But according to our colleagues Sam Marsden and Moses Lawrence, Barcelona think none of this matters. Atletico need to pay up the 14 million.
Okay, so for those who've been under a rock, and we've talked about this a lot, quick recap, Antoine Griezmann goes to Atletico Madrid on loan if he makes a certain number of appearances for a certain number of minutes, and there is some dispute on what the exact formula is because it's not public. There's different versions floating out there. Then Atletico have to buy him for 40 million. Atletico don't want to buy him for 40 million because he's old and makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
They like him. They'll keep him for a lot less than that, but certainly not 40 million.
Yeah.
This is all written and set out in a contract. And when I read Sam and Moises' story, and you know my thoughts on lawyers. Many of them are scumbags and vipers and just worthless people. How can you write a legal document where Barcelona's lawyers interpret it one way? Oh, it's a 1+1 deal. He's already played the requisite minutes. And Atletico Madrid's lawyers interpret it another way.
It's crazy.
If this is open to interpretation by different sets of lawyers in different ways, then you guys all suck and you should have never signed off on it. No, I'm serious. But there can only be one interpretation.
It can't be true, Gab. Surely that's Barca's way to trying to put pressure on Atleti to increase his minutes, because otherwise there's no ground. You can't.
But what clout, what leverage do Barca have? Atletico can just go, hey, pull this lever, Laporta. I mean, I
feel for him so much. I really feel for him. I saw him coming on after an hour, and I'm like, this is not a way to treat a player. You know, of course he's French.
The player signed off on the contract too.
No, but he never thought he would only play 25 minutes there, and every week.
I'm sorry, Antoine. Did you really think that Atletico Madrid are going to pay 40 million euros for you at your age and with your salary?
Maybe.
If you do, then you live in Fortnite land. I mean, what?
Well, yeah, but someone agreed to that deal, and then you see Simeone kissing him on the lips when he scored the winner in the Champions League, and then everybody's happy. But we're only going to play you 25 minutes because we don't love you that much. We don't love you that much. I feel for him. Griezmann, I feel for you, bro.
Betis beat Villarreal 1-0 and leapfrogged them into third place. Jules, Unai Emery, a little bit annoyed.
Yeah, because at halftime they should have been 3-0 up. They were that good, Villarreal, in that first half. Jackson, Lo Celso, Moreno, all of them having chances. I mean, some really big chances too. Didn't score, and then obviously got done in the second half with an actually taken goal by Betis. But
Lo Celso was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, but I thought this was really good. It was a Sunday night game in La Liga, of course, because the bigger boys, if you want, had played before, and I thought it was great publicity for that. It was a really good game by two really good teams, two really good managers. In the end, I don't think Betis deserved to win that game, and I think even Pellegrini at the end kind of was saying it. And you can see why Unai was a bit frustrated, because you come home with 0 points and it's not really deserved.
I know. He had that little grumpy face. You know how he looks like a little baby vampire and stuff? He had that grumpy face on the bench. Sorry.
And with Benzema out, there's no space for Marco Asensio at Real Madrid, and according to media reports, he's deeply unhappy with the fight gap that he's played only 9 minutes all season. Do you have sympathy for him, or are you just going to defend your boy Ancelotti, of course, and say to Marco, well, you should have left in the summer anyway? You knew that was going to happen.
I really like Marco Asensio. Not as much as I love Ancelotti, obviously, but I really like Marco Asensio. Ancelotti, I can tell you what Ancelotti said. Ancelotti said, we were going to bring him on, or he said we were going to bring him or Mariano Diaz on, which already for Asensio, I'm like, really? You're mentioning me in the same sentence as that guy? Seriously, the doorman. Come on, man. The usher.
The bodyguard.
But then Lucas Vazquez got hurt, so we, blah blah blah, keep our shape, yada yada yada. I think there's got to be a reasonable way to get Asensio minutes. I guarantee you it's not. I guarantee you it's not Ancelotti here. It's not Ancelotti who says, "Oh, I want to punish Asensio." He's either under instructions from up top, or he simply says, "Look, this dude hasn't signed his contract. He ain't going to be here next year. Whereas Hazard will, because we're stuck with him. Rodrigo will, whatever. Let me play the guys who are going to be around, and maybe we can grow and develop some chemistry. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Sevilla finally get the first win of the season, Gab, winning 3-2 at Espanyol, even if they nearly threw it away with the Eric Lamela late red cards.
It's not just that. It's also you're 3-0 up, and then they get back to 3-2. And then Lamela gets sent off. Yeah, and then it's squeaky bum time.
Yeah, big time.
Look, 3 points. They move from 1 to 4 points on the table. That is a big jump. He's got to do better. He played Lamela. He seemed to play Lamela through the middle, with Enesiri starting wide and coming inside. Isco behind. Isco still
He's
not.
trying
Isco.
stuff at least, I guess.
Carmona, homegrown, Seville born and bred. Yeah, getting both goals. You need little things like that to kickstart you. Personally, I'm going to take the Tuchel approach with Lopetegui, because I think there are some parallels there, except that, of course, Lopetegui has a director of football and Tuchel did not. If you make a change, you make it over the summer. There's no point making it now. So unless things get really bad, if he just moves them into mid-table, you're fine, and then you evaluate where you are during the break.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.